Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 26 of the Jiu Jitsu Dummies. We're sponsored by Fightback CBD. Get 15% off your CBD order at fightbackcbd.com with code JJD. We are also now sponsored by War Bar Soap. Get 25% off of any of their hygiene products with code JJD at warbarsoap.com. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share wherever you're watching or listening. We appreciate the feedback and support. Don't make Miguel cry. I'm Milton Campus. I'm a purple belt out of Fight Sports Coral Springs. You can check me out on Instagram at Uncle Milty BJJ. My podcast partner here today is...
Hey, everybody. Miguel Licarica, Fight Sports Coral
see,
Springs.
you do it too. We have a sponsor called Fightback, and we train at Fight Sports, and we screw it up every time.
Under Professor Felipe and Sofia Amarante. I'm a two-stripe white belt.
Senior white. We call him senior white belt. Senior white belt here.
And
your IG.
Oh, yeah, my IG's MLJ Rico. That's it.
All right, cool. Lastly, I want to thank everybody for their donations to our GoFundMe. They're supporting the Jiu Jitsu Dummies Foundation. We recently awarded our first scholarship to Bridger Walker. Right, he's the little boy who got bit by a dog, saving his sister. He's doing really well. You can keep an eye on our IG if you don't follow him or his dad, and you can see his progress. His dad's always tagging us. He just got back on the mats this weekend. So,
all right.
So that's awesome. All right, so we're going to be giving away 2 bottles of Fightback CBD and 2 War Bars today. Okay,
wow,
so
cool.
We're going to have 4 winners. So if we use your question on the, we probably have about 7 or 8 questions. So 4 of those people are going to either win a bottle of CBD or a War Bar. Okay,
sounds good.
So finally, joining us today, we have the crew from MJN Journey BJJ up in St. Cloud, Florida. That's just a little south of Orlando, right?
Yeah.
Okay, gentlemen, I'm going to let you introduce yourselves. Why don't we go left to right? Go ahead and give us your name, rank, and serial number. Name, rank, and we know who your professor is.
I'm Nathan McCain. I'm a co-founder here at MJN. I'm a purple belt under Marcel Portillo.
Welcome.
My name is Portillo. I'm co-owner of the gym. I'm black belt professor.
Okay.
My name is John Goldsboro, and I'm orange belt under Marcel Portillo.
Okay.
And I train art Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
I'm Lucas, and I'm blue belt under Marcel Portillo.
All right. Welcome, guys. And John, right? Do we call you John?
Whatever you want.
John. Let's go with. I'll go with John. John and Lucas. You guys are both going to be. Now, do we call out? This was going to be one of my questions today. Do you guys like to call it? You have a fight, or do you just call it a competition? Which do you guys prefer? Everybody has a different take on this.
Sorry. So for me, it doesn't really matter. You can say fight or competition.
Okay.
I feel like it's more of a fight because it's a super fight.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Lucas?
For me, it doesn't matter too. Like, I prefer fight.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. So let's start with the academy. This is a unique situation, I'm sure, right? You've got a very young owner here getting together with his coach. Somebody go ahead, and whoever wants to take this question, go ahead and tell us how you guys met and how you guys came to partner in MJN.
Okay, so I started jiu-jitsu. I was the first one to start it out of me and John Lucas, actually. And I had joined a gym where Marcel was the teacher. And afterwards, at the time, I was coaching football with John. So me and John's dad were coaching his team. And after his season, he got into it. And Marcel, John, and all of us really got close. And then we had some issues there. So I ended up switching to this gym's headquarters. And then that's where we met Lucas. And then Marcel told me that he was interested in one day opening his own gym. And I said, why don't I tell my dad? And I don't think at the time he thought it was going to go anywhere. He was like,
hey, let's open a gym, coach.
Why not?
So I go to our dad, me and John's dad, and I'm like, hey, Marcel is interested in this. And it was a shot in the dark. And our dad just goes, all right, tell him to come meet me this weekend. So I tell Marcel, and doesn't really, he was like, whatever. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He would do privates with us at our house anyway. So he was coming over, and our dad, John Goldsboro, he pulled Marcel into his office, and they talked, and that's how they came up with the idea of starting MJN.
Very cool. Very cool.
That's a neat story.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marcel, you, I know, I read some of your bio on the website. I mean, was a dream of yours, right? Give us a little bit of your background, from where you came from, what you did there, and what brought you to the U.S.
Yeah, I come from Brazil. I'm starting Jiu-Jitsu 2001.
Okay.
Janeiro 2001. Na Kesin Jiu-Jitsu, Pernambuco. Mestre Latuf, Kesin. I'm training there for 5-6 years, and then I moved for Rio de Janeiro. There I trained for 3 years, but I train little, sometimes 3 times per week.
Okay.
So I don't train hard like that. Because my life is changed there. I'm starting to do the other stuff in my life, and I'm putting a little beside Jiu-Jitsu. But when I moved again for Belém do Pará, where is the family Grace family is there, and then I started training the Broca, Walter Broca.
Mm-hmm.
That is I picked up I get my black belt, and then that's I turn it on again for Jiu-Jitsu and teach, and that's I won in my life. And then after getting my black belt, I come for the United States for open one gym with the water partnership, and then but nothing's working right. And then I have opportunity to open study training in one gym, and I make my name. I study compete, and then that's open opportunity. They make MJN with John Nathan. That's the little bit short story.
Okay. So what's different about, and I don't want to get into like the politics of jiu-jitsu, what's different from this gym to the gym that you guys met at? If we're going to get into too many political details, we don't have to, but what's different from that gym to the way you guys are operating your gym now?
The difference, it's the same, everybody's coming from Brazil, the open gym here is coming the philosophy, the old school jiu-jitsu,
Mm-hmm.
I think don't have nothing different than them, but what I focus more on athlete and competitors, I think the gyms have both sides, the competitor who want to train jiu-jitsu for lifestyle. So we focus on the buff, we have a training for lifestyle and the training for competitors.
Oh, that's neat.
That's I'm thinking is make it building the MJN name in the world.
Mm-hmm. So what are you guys doing for this? What's kind of training? What changes when you've got an event like the JitzKing event coming on September 6th, which is an all youth event? What's different for you guys? What
It should be like a fight camp.
Yeah, like what switch flips now that you have something in the very near future?
So here in MJN, I feel like every day we train like we have a competition on Saturday, and every day we train like we have an event. But I feel like closer to an event, we definitely focus on more live sparring and positions, and we focus on like putting ourselves in bad positions and trying to get out. So that way, if that happens in the fight, we know how to get out. We definitely focus on cardio, and we definitely focus on like being able to explode when the time is needed. But I like to say here at MJN, we train like there's a competition every day.
Okay. All right. And is this going to be your first time, both of your first time? Now, is everybody competing, or is it just Lucas and John?
No, I compete in Drew, Lucas, Nathan, everybody competing.
No, but on the September 6th event.
Yeah,
it's just them two. Okay. So, is this the first time that you guys will be competing on a this kind of televised event or on FloGrappling at all?
No, sir.
No.
I competed in a few super fights.
Okay.
And some FloGrappling events.
All right. Yeah. Very, very cool.
Nice.
You got any questions, Miguel?
Yeah, I was just wondering if you guys are you guys natural weight, or do you guys do any cutting or anything to get to fight weight?
So most of us are pretty natural weight. During COVID, I kind of gained some weight.
Hey. Welcome to the party.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of us just walk around our natural weight. We've been in positions where we'll cut weight just before a fight, and we'll fight having like no water, no food, and that's not an optimal way to fight.
Yeah,
it's really
no.
draining. So we like to just keep our natural weight at where we're going to compete. That way we don't have to worry too much about diet. Our diet will just be energy, not trying to diet to cut weight, cut our water.
Right.
Make sure that we're trying to lose every pound possible. We don't really like to do that here.
So you guys are just fight ready.
like I don't believe in cutting weight, like he said, because it drains your body and it drains your energy. So like I love testing myself, and I love like showing myself I can do stuff. So I'll fight 20 pounds up, as much weight as I need to fight up, but I don't believe in cutting weight.
That's awesome.
Now I want to go back to Professor Marcel. I understand that you have a passion, or at least you are working with law enforcement in your area, right? Talk about that a little bit, and tell us what you're doing and your feelings on jiu-jitsu for law enforcement. We've actually done a few episodes on law enforcement. We've had some people in the studio with us. My father was a police officer. Almost everybody involved with the show, by the way, is ex-military, are all veterans. But as it pertains to law enforcement, give us your take on that. What are you doing, and how do you feel about jiu-jitsu for police officers?
Yeah, that's very important. You asked me when we opened the gym in the MJN. The first thing I talked with Diane is like, "Mama, we need to do something." I call her Mama.
That was going to be my next question. Wait a minute.
I'm a jiu-jitsu mama over here.
I say, "Mama, we need to think about the law enforcement. I want to open one class for help the community, for help them in self-defense, because I watch the videos YouTube and some situation the cops try self-defense and then let me little bit obsessed.
So let me clarify. When you say they try self-defense, are you talking about they start to try to get into a striking match with somebody instead of trying to subdue them?
Yeah, you saw this all the time. Two cops try stop one and they can't get it, do that.
Yeah.
And then three guys stop one and can't get it. So I don't understand how all the law enforcement do that, because they work with the life. So one mistake is they die. So they need to learn something for self-defense, So when I think about MJN, I think about in the help of the community law enforcement, the cops, for bringing them for him, the help in their self-defense and the handcuff, how they need to stop the guys don't need to hurt them. Just to stop, and then he can keep him safe. That's my idea,
Yeah.
So we started talking with the department of police here
department.
for offer for free, for class for free for community. I don't want to charge them. I want to help them. So I want to open other class for call the all law enforcement coming for MJN and the training, the help, and then self-defense.
That's good.
My idea.
So I have a follow-up question then. Now, we have some departments around the country that are saying, even New York. I'm from Long Island. I didn't grow up in New York City, but New York City specifically, they want to ban chokeholds. I know that that's stupid. What is it's ridiculous. That's probably one of the, when you've got somebody that's really putting up a fight, you can subdue them without killing them. We understand that as jiu-jitsu practitioners, that we can, subdue somebody, they might pass out, but we're not killing them. What is your thought on the departments that are saying, well, great, we could use jiu-jitsu, but you can't use that chokehold, can't do that. What are your thoughts?
It's even more than that.
One more. Yeah, for me, I think they need to choke, because the only way you stop him. For me, but we train in jiu-jitsu, the limit when they need to stop. For example, if somebody try beat me up or punch me, the guy is strong. I'm little cop, the big guy. So I need him put his sleep. When they put him to sleep, he stop, but I need to know the right moment. I can turn him and put him belly in the ground, put his back in the handcuff, and wake up him. When they wake up, he's stuck. So that's the best way for you to stop the big guys. I'm thinking they need to do that.
Yeah, I find it a little strange that people that don't know anything about jiu-jitsu or about a chokehold specifically are trying to make these rules and laws. I think it's ridiculous. So,
funny, because you can choke, but you can shoot him.
yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, that's a good way of putting it. That's a great way of putting it.
Yeah, that's it.
So I'm going to ask this to your students here. What's the one thing that you've learned? Actually, let's say we're going to use, this is Stephanie Annie Clark. Does that name sound familiar to you guys? Somebody, John just looked up.
There it is.
It's one of our students. His name is Ben. He's a little kid. His name is Benjamin. That's his mom.
Oh, that's his mom. Okay.
Okay.
So her question was, what's the one thing you've learned early in your training that still sticks with you today? And I'll take it a step further. What have you learned from Professor Marcel, that stuck with you?
Pretty much respect when you were mats.
Okay.
So, when you step on the mats, the hierarchy, like the belts level, like how learn and all this.
Okay, let's go around to all of his students. John, what do you think?
So Marcel, he's changed my life around, but I definitely feel like though he's taught me that I learned early on was that I need to treat my body good, like the way of a lifestyle. He taught me how to treat my body good, eat well, how to behave, how to have discipline, honor, respect. And he just taught me all that. He gave me like the best version of me, my lifestyle.
So what does your diet look like? What are you are you vegetarians, vegans? You just eat well? Tell us a little bit about that.
Plant-based athlete. So me and him both, we diet, and we don't it's not to say we diet, we just manage our micro and macronutrients. So by that I mean we do our carbs, we do our protein, we manage everything correct.
All right, it's calculated.
And his wife, that's my nutritionist.
So is there ever a time that you slip? I used to date a girl before I was married that used to hide Snickers bars in the night table. I'm not going to say her name. Is it hard to not to slip? I'm a pizza and bagel guy, and we're so I love pizza and bagels. Can't live without them.
It's hard, not to slip, but I learned some this one time. It's funny. I ate bad one time during the week, and I felt sick. I was in the bathroom all day. I couldn't do anything because I couldn't run.
Wow.
I was just in the bathroom. I was feeling horrible. So nope, never again. So what I do is either after competition, I choose one day where I'm allowed to get fat. After competition or on Friday.
That's good for balance. You have to do that or you'll go nuts. That's good for balance.
Yeah. But just one tip, never do it on Sunday because then you feel horrible for Monday.
So right after the competition.
I'll say from a different perspective, since I'm working full time, sometimes on my way home, I'm driving on my way to the gym after work and I feel a little hungry and I see that Wendy's. That's the hard pull. Usually I'm able to say no, but sometimes it's man.
Do you guys still do you guys still compete as well?
Yeah.
Everybody.
But everyone's competing.
Yeah. Are you competing the pants now?
I am.
Us here?
Yeah.
I blew out my knee. I actually sprained my MCL and my ACL training with my coach the day before I was going into quarantine in March, where I had to start working from home. I have a regular day job. This is the night and the weekend gig.
Yeah.
So I haven't even been able to train, even if I wanted to, and I still can't train right now. I figure probably mid-September I'll be back. I also had a heart attack a couple of years ago. So I competed once after the heart attack and it was a little difficult. So I need to kind of rethink that for myself. Yeah. But my co-host here, Miguel, was supposed to actually do the Newbury tournament. Go ahead.
Yeah,
right?
but I asked because I couldn't find it. I went on there to just make sure the date was still correct because of COVID, and then they rescheduled it and then rescheduled it again.
Yeah.
And then our professor Felipe was just like, "Hey, see if they let white belts and pans." I don't know, and they do. So I'm actually I gave Professor Felipe and Sophia the waiver, the IBJJF waiver to have Cyborg sign it.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I turn that in, I'll turn in the membership thing, and then once that's done, which should be early this week, I need to do it before August, so that way you get the better price, the early sign up. But yeah, I was preparing for an October. Actually, I was preparing for September 5th.
Yeah.
So I'm on weight right now. I woke up this morning at 193, but now I just found out IBJJF. It's either 181 or 195. So I was like, I'm not going down to 181. So I feel good. I'm already on weight. So all I could do is just keep train at this weight and just kind of manage my diet. And I'm going to go to Pans.
Very cool.
Go to Pans and I think it's cool because it's in Kissimmee.
Oh,
so,
right up there. That's where these guys are, right up there.
And
so I'm sure we're going to see all of you guys at the Pans.
If you guys are up there, I would love to stop by.
What's besides JitzKing's coming up on September 6th? What's the plan after that? What's the next event for you guys?
So
I think there's another.
our plan after that is win or lose, whatever, we're gonna come back training even harder. We're gonna come back in the drawing board and we're gonna like focus on our game, create new movements in our game, and just keep focusing on our game for more competitions. Because I don't really know local competitions, and IBJJF isn't having juvenile in Pans, so I don't really know our next step. But I do know there's gonna be a JitzKing in November.
Okay.
So let's hope if everything goes well, let's hope that we'll be able to fight that, and we'll just train hard for that, and maybe some new breeds.
Yep.
Okay. So back.
Here,
Go ahead.
the pandemic is broke his schedule. The fight, the competition this year is hard
Yeah.
for the kids. But next year they will compete everything, all the BJJF, Lucas, John next year juvenile, and Lucas and John Jones together juvenile. They will fight all the competitions BJJF.
Nice.
World
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Europe,
The nerds are
yeah. World.
All those big competitions.
So I'm gonna put you guys maybe. Well, I don't want you to give away any secrets, but let's go down the line from left to right. Favorite move? What's your go-to? What's your go-to?
My moves lapel.
Okay.
I like lapel, and then because this I feel comfortable play a bottom, and my game is lapel with foot lock, leg locks.
Okay. Who
That's
else?
it.
Nice.
My game is submission. I'm very aggressive, and sometimes it bites me in the butt. But my game is just submission. Whatever submission appears to me, I'll take it.
Bam.
Okay. Who else?
Yeah.
Who else got a favorite?
I prefer De La Riva.
Okay.
I like to play bottom. I feel when I do De La Riva, I feel really comfortable on that spot. I feel control of the person. I can get the back, choke, submissions, and all that.
So
they're
you're the
off
one that I
balance.
avoid. He's the one that I
Yeah.
avoid when I go to the gym.
My favorite is armbar. They're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Back, you give me your arm, I'm gonna armbar. If I'm in mount, I'm gonna armbar. If I'm in side control and you give me your arm, I'm gonna armbar. if you have me in side control and you give me your arm in the space, I'm gonna armbar.
Nice.
All right. So,
yeah.
Professor, we know what their favorite moves are. Everyone had something different.
Yeah.
What's your favorite piece? Maybe it's lapels, but what's your favorite move to teach? Do you have a favorite?
I don't have a favorite. You get the point. Good point. I pass for my students. They need to learn everything. They need to learn to play on top. They need to learn to play on bottom. They need to learn to play take it down. Okay, that's my idea. That teaching them. My training is very specific. I started the week in one position, and then I use this position all week. Okay, for more fundamentals class. For example, if you pass it, the 1 week I pass it concept. For example, 1 week concept pass guard. The other week concept take down. The other week concept guard. So I pass different guards because each one have one way. They have students play on top. They have students play a bottom. So I can mix too much the techniques because I can everybody's understand. I make they repeat over and over again, and they make they understand the move. Always when I'm teaching for them, I make try. They understand they don't need to follow step by step or decoration the move. They need to understand the move. For he understand, he need to practice.
Yeah.
Because different people defend different ways. That each opponent defends different. So if you just learn step by step, when somebody do different defense, he don't know what you need to do.
Right.
So I try make they understand the concept. When they understand the concept, he know what you need to do when they defend this way or the other way. So I try make they understand everything. Always when I push specific training, like 2 minutes for escape side control, 2 minutes for escape the back, 2 minutes escape the mountain, 2 minutes escape the triangle, armipad, omoplata. So I make it in bad situation because I understand if they training hard here, they have an easy fight there.
Mm-hmm.
If they pass a bad moment in the training, when they get in the competition, it's easy because everything has happened in the gym before. So I don't make their training easy because when they get in there, they have a bad situation. They don't know what to do because never passed this before.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my idea for they understand for competitors,
So guys, what is the drill, the move, or the exercise that Professor Marcel makes you do that you absolutely hate?
Well, that's a good question. That's a great
Put him on the
question.
spot.
Everybody's scared now.
He-
And
He's
now,
elbow. Look, did you see it? He elbowed John. He's like,
Yeah.
Hey.
Slow bear.
Go ahead.
I take it down because they go on the ground all the time.
Yeah.
takedown
Yeah.
is probably the.
The position I hate the most is, it's Cyborg. Cyborg is like the one who got famous for doing it in Master Worlds. I don't know if you guys know. It's called Tornado Spin.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
Yes,
I
we
looked up
do.
that YouTube video and my knee said no.
I hate it. I hate
Yeah.
everything about it. I know it good, and I still drill it because like I want to like be able to play. Like Marcel said, he teaches his students to be well-rounded.
Mm-hmm.
Play. Although like I do have my spots where I'm not as good and where I'm better, I do try to I try my best to be as well as I can be. So I do still train it, but I hate it.
That's good, yeah. Hey, but you're an opportunist.
Who else? Come on, let's. I want to hear who else. What else you got?
Takedowns are when we come in, it's takedown day. The whole majority of the room is like, darn.
Yeah.
Nobody comes to take.
Don't you guys do sprawl? I think I saw a video on Instagram. I think it was you guys just doing sprawls like as a drill. Man, sprawls. Is that part of takedown class too? The sprawls? Yeah, those suck.
Yeah. Sprawls, single leg and trains, double leg and trains.
High crotch.
You funciona aqui. That's the move I pass them for.
That takedown I love.
The let they sharp, you know.
Yeah.
I love it.
Lucas, what's your move? What's the drill or the move that you hate working on?
Man, first I didn't like, but now I'm starting liking. I think is berimbolo.
Okay.
Yeah.
One move that sometimes you look and it's like, what is happening here? He comes to one side, you go to the other one, he's already in your back, and you're like, what? I don't like it that much. You know?
Okay.
I've been starting to get interested in berimbolo.
I love berimbolo.
Yeah. I can't do one, but I watch like on FloGrappling, I watch like pretty much all the Michael Musumeci videos.
Yeah.
And, dude, he's ridiculous. It's like if you watch his matches, you're like, just like I said, it's like you don't know what's going on, and then before you know it, bam, he's on your back,
Yeah,
and he'll ride it out. He's so smart.
Yeah, one of my favorites is definitely berimbolo. That's something I try to change.
I'm too big for that.
All right, I've got another question. Actually, I didn't give a shout out to all, so we had questions from Tattooed Enigma. We had from Stefan that you said was somebody's mom. Abel Smiley, is that somebody you guys know too? Right? Yeah, I see you guys smiling. And then I got a couple of questions from Sauce BJJ. Who's Sauce BJJ?
Oh, she's funny.
She seems funny.
She's got some good questions.
Yeah.
I saved her funniest question for last, but she did send us a question. It says, what do you think are the most important characteristics for a successful jiu-jitsu student to have? I'd really like all of you guys to answer that, but go ahead. But whoever wants to take it.
I would say heart. You have to have heart. When you go out there to compete, if you want to be a competitor and you lose, you got to have the heart to not quit. It's hard because you think, man, why would I want to keep doing this? It hurts to lose. It sucks. But you just got to know you got to keep going and going and going and pushing. And then like jiu-jitsu, we say you start your journey here, but it's a journey with no end point. There's no destination at the end of it. It's going to be your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want it to be your life, a lifestyle that you take on. And it can be difficult sometimes when you're going through. And it's like, it feels like it's taking forever to learn it all. But you just got to have the heart to keep going and wanting to push further. So definitely, I think heart is one of the biggest things you need in jiu-jitsu.
Professor, how would you answer that? What do you think is one of the most important characteristics for your students?
That's for my students. I push a lot respect. They need respect and they need discipline. So I'm thinking that the only school MJN they take care about the school here. For example, your students can bring C's for here, just A and B's. If the parents bring C's, they pen 100 push-up the first time. The second time, 200 push-up, and the third time is suspension for 1 week.
Wow.
Yeah. And then this repeat again, they started lost stripes. So that's I push them a lot. You need to see all the kids A's and B's.
Wow, the parents must love you.
Don't have they scared about that because they think about all stripes and the belt. The kids I want to just the stripy days. Everybody, hey, stripy day. The belts I want. No, And the other thing we do here, we don't have a promotion belt, dates promotion belts. We don't take it that July promotion belt and put the list there, the names, everybody 1 month before know your promotion. I don't think it is. I don't learn it is in Jiu-Jitsu. Jiu-Jitsu, you won your belt when you deserve. I know you deserve if you put your name before 1 month.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if the guy don't pay the belts, you don't give the belt for him. Don't make sense what some school do there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking the guys deserve the belt, I give the belt the day. You know, if your train is good, I give the belt the day. Always I do that because I make this push in himself all the time. Because of what happened when you have a date promotion, the people when they're getting close to July, December, they back training, started training for the belt.
Ah, I see what you're saying, yeah.
And then if you don't
January 1st at the gym.
Yeah, if you don't have a date, they training hard every day because they don't know what the day.
That's smart.
They need to show me the day, you know.
Yeah.
They need to show me the day.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then one thing I do for everybody in the student here, for example, I don't let everybody compete. Okay. If your students don't want to compete, he need to prove, he need to show me he deserves to compete. He need to show me he training hard. And always I make it one question for him. How much you want to compete? I looking for him, he ask it this. How much you want to compete? And then if he say for me, I want to compete, I push him for compete and the competition training. And then they study technique and about rules, BJJF, about technicals and the strategy to fight. So if he said for me, I don't want to compete, they don't you compete. If he want to compete, he don't come training, he don't you compete too. Because I think for competition, they need to be ready. If you not be ready, you don't you compete because you take the name MGM there, you take your opponents for there, you take everybody's for watch you fight, but you know where. I don't think this is fair, you know, with the family. Because the family sometimes don't know what happened and think, my kid is good, And then when they go take it for a competition, daddy, mommy, uncle, grandma, and they lose. So you let the kid's frustrated. He's back, he's give up. He don't you train anymore.
Yeah.
Understand? So that's I try pushing them a lot, you know. But the basic discipline, hierarchy, respect, that's more important.
Okay,
that's neat.
Can we get Mama Goldsboro on screen here? Can we say hello real quick? Ah, you're right there. Hey,
yeah, she was right there.
Diane, right? Diane, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
I just shocked you, didn't I? You're like, wait a minute, that wasn't. A pleasure to meet you. We spoke a little bit online. I have a question for you specifically. How have you seen jiu-jitsu change your boys' lives? What's been the thing that stands out to you the most?
Yeah, it's actually pretty amazing. I mean, I'm a pretty darn good mom here. And my husband's a great
step one.
dad. But I do have to say that it has helped us so much parent our kids and send them in the right direction. You know, Marcel's like a dad to my boys anyhow, but the respect, the honor, the discipline, just all that BJJ encompasses, you know, the philosophy of it. Mm-hmm. And I love that. And I love that Marcel not only teaches jiu-jitsu, he actually teaches the philosophy of jiu-jitsu. Mm-hmm. Like he was saying earlier, our kids come in here, man, when it's report card time, you can tell the ones that know that they're in trouble. They walk in kind of like a little puppy with the tail between their legs, you know, because it's like, hey, why do you have C's? You know, we don't accept mediocrity. You can get up there, you can get your A's and you can get your B's. And, you know, we teach them to take care of their BJJ brothers, you know, to have each other's back, loyalty, all that, you know, it's just part of BJJ here for us at MJN. So it's not just what you do on the mats and how good you fight. No. And, you know, a lot of people can learn how to fight, but how do you act when you're off the mats?
Yeah.
How do you represent MJN and your family when you're off the mats?
Wow. That's great.
Very important.
That's awesome.
Very good. I'm going to give you an opportunity to, I mean, I saw some of the videos I think that you did with JitzKing. I think they did them with you or for you. Talk a little bit about how you had to change with COVID. I've seen you've got like the most elaborate cleaning processes And if anybody wants to go see, I don't know if do you
like
guys
that
have that
brush.
video anywhere online, or is it just on the JitzKing page?
We have it online on our Facebook and
Okay.
on our Instagram and stuff. So we always had a very clean. One of the things that a lot of people always loved about coming here is how clean the academy is, and always smells very good. And it's just, when all these guys get on the mats, whoa, sometimes,
Yeah.
and I always thought, nobody's going to have to sit by the front door and prop it open to breathe.
Yeah.
This academy, we're going to have a clean academy. So we were always ahead of the game kind of when it came to that. But obviously after COVID, we had to kick it up a few notches. So we do fog the gym on a daily basis. The mats are disinfected and cleaned multiple times. We have a machine that we got when we purchased our mats from Zebra. The
cool
gym
machine.
gets full deep cleaning every day. And then of course, once a week, we have a professional come in and do a full cleaning as well. So we've added multiple stations, for hand sanitizers. We have mouthwash. We have toothpaste.
Wow.
Toothbrushes. We have nail brushes and clippers.
Clippers. I heard you say
Clippers.
Clippers.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we have a big old Barbasol, jar,
Yeah.
a sanitation jar with clippers. So, we have something called a foot guard, right? A foot guard, where they literally, when you step in the front door, you're going to step into a foot guard, which is kind of like a little tray, and it cleans the bottom of your shoes.
Okay.
So you step on that, and then you step on, the parents, walk around, whatever. But for our athletes, before they step on the mat, they step on one of those trays and cleans the bottom of your feet.
Wow.
And then they step on the mats. So yeah, we have
The bowing
just
station.
about every.
I bet there's nobody in that gym that goes to the bathroom without their shoes on, without their flip flops. That's one of my biggest pet peeves is going to the bathroom, seeing somebody come out of the bathroom barefoot, and then just bows and gets right back on the mat.
Yeah.
Biggest
Yeah.
peeve.
And go straight
They-
for flying
they-
triangles. Foot
They know better. They know better than to even attempt it.
Yeah. Let's tell everybody where you guys are located. Let's make sure everybody knows where they can find you. What's the exact address up there?
Yeah, we're at 915 Florida Avenue in downtown St. Cloud.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a nice little quaint town. It's growing, but I mean, we love it here. We know, we've been here a while, and we have a good loyal following in St. Cloud. And I mean, we were blessed to find a great location. So yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty cool.
That's cool.
All right, I've got a couple more questions for the guys. Let's get them back on the camera. Thank you so much for helping put this together, Diane.
Is,
we appreciate you.
Is the gym close to Kissimmee?
Yeah, it's very close. Yeah, it's right
Okay.
outside of Kissimmee.
20 minutes the competition in Pan
Cool.
American.
I'm wondering if I could stop by maybe on my way up with my family.
That's how you say for everybody that want to come. We will do 1 week in the camp for Pan American here.
Okay.
They just open the door for whoever want to come.
Okay.
Okay.
That's cool.
Training and then have a fun.
All
So
right.
I'm going to bring. Now I'm thinking of two questions. I'm going to go to the belt question. So we've got students and we've got their coach. One of my peeves. I have a couple of peeves. It's going to the bathroom without your shoes, without flip flops on. One of my co-hosts, Junior, his is long nails, and tiger claw. And one of mine, and with Professor Marcel, somebody from Brazil that started his jiu-jitsu career in Brazil. Do you wash your belt or do you not wash your belt? Nobody washes their belt? Okay.
Yeah, that's why their gym's so clean.
No? What's the old school thinking of that, Professor? Where did that come from?
Yeah. So what you know about is the philosophy of the samurai. They fight with the sword. They want to kill somebody. They don't clean.
Okay.
Because they energy the sword.
Okay.
So is the belt the same? How much you train, you spend your sweat over her. That's work hard to get energy, and then you keep this energy in your belt. When you wash, you throw this energy out.
Okay.
So
Man.
they think, keep the energy in the belt.
I might have to do a double blind study on my belt. I got 2 belts.
I wash my belt every couple of trainings.
I put for them, I say, using my gi for catching my energy.
Yeah.
The energizer.
All right. So now my last question is going to be, this one was from Sauce BJJ as well. I just thought this was a great question. And I want everyone to answer this one. If you were going to bottle your awesomeness, what would it taste like?
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Okay, so I feel like the Chipotle is like the Southwest sauce. No, okay, come on, you gotta think.
That's a solid choice.
Yeah, you gotta put that. You can put that on burgers, fries, salad. Like it's well rounded. What other?
All right.
You can put it on everything. Come on, that's pretty amazing.
I like it. Who's next?
Burritos, everything.
Lucas, what if you could bottle your awesomeness, what would it taste like?
I think mine would taste like chocolate, like because it would be really sweet.
There you go. I like it. Who's next?
Right.
I'm gonna say ketchup because it goes with everything.
There we go.
There we go.
Main
Okay.
ingredient.
Burger,
At least mine
steak,
goes with salad.
chicken, fries. Yeah, ketchup has to be it. Eggs.
Okay.
That's a solid choice. Ketchup and eggs.
It's
All
the
right.
same ketchup, everything.
Yeah, that's that, Professor. That's you taking ketchup as well.
Yeah.
All right,
Wow.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Because the Americans don't eat a hamburger with ketchup, And then every time I eat a hamburger with ketchup, everybody look for me. Ketchup and hamburger? I say, yeah.
No, yeah, ketchup and hamburger. That's the thing.
normal.
Yeah.
I do ketchup and mayonnaise.
On hamburger.
No, but
You don't
I
put ketchup on hot dogs.
yeah.
No, ketchup. You better put ketchup on a
No,
hot
you don't
dog.
put ketchup.
Oh
It's
my
mustard only.
god, that's a whole nother podcast.
Mustard.
Guys, listen. Do you have? Let's. We're gonna wrap it up in a few. We're gonna be doing another interview right after you guys with another competitor, Jacob the Bull Brown.
There you go.
Say it right, Jacob the Bull Brown, who's going to be competing up there as well. I think he's the co-main event. So we've got him on after you guys. But before we let you go, do you guys want to shout out anybody, sponsors? This is your time. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say thank you for Roll, Zebra. Okay, that's the partnership with us. It helped us a lot.
Okay,
Nice.
awesome. Anyone else?
As a sponsored athlete, I'll say thank you to my sponsors, Zebra Mats. Thank you for Arte Suave for helping me with competitions. Thank you for JitzKing for giving me the opportunity to fight. And then just thank you to everybody. Thank you to my family.
Awesome.
Thank you to the students and everybody.
Very cool. Anyone else?
I'm gonna say thank you to Goldie because without that man, none of this would be possible. He works very hard to keep the roof over the gym and got it all going.
So who's Goldie? Is that your dad?
That would be my stepdad, John's dad.
Okay.
Goldie,
All right.
Goldie's the man behind everything.
Yeah.
All right. That's
Man
awesome.
behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Shout out to Goldie.
Shout out to
I want
Goldie.
to thank Lucas's family. His dad's right here and his mom's over there. But
All right. Oh man, we had everybody there.
That's why we make MJN happen.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I'm going to apologize again for having you guys wait around. With the podcast has been growing, so we add like a new piece of equipment every couple of weeks. So we got to get started a little earlier. Partially my fault, but thank you guys for being so patient. We appreciate you guys. Listen, good luck at the event next week. I wish I could go up. I'm going to stay. I'm going to sit out this one.
September 6th?
Then I just because of COVID, again, heart condition, COVID. I'm a baby, so I'm going to wait. But I'm going to be up at their next one. So I'll definitely, hopefully we'll meet and get to say hello and take some pictures. All right, guys.
Anytime.
All right. Thank you so much, guys.
Well,
Take care.
Thank you so much.
Bye, bye, guys.
Bye.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey,
All right, guys. Very cool, man. What an awesome group of guys, man.
Yeah, that was cool.
Man, they really, they've got their stuff together. They've,
They seem organized, and dude, that report card thing is pretty legit.
yeah, right. Isn't that crazy?
I think they do that here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they?
Oh yeah, like especially like with the kids who are like high level.
Yeah.
Like the yellow and
Okay.
like the
I know.
the dark, the gray belts.
Coach is doing something during the day with this whole kind of work from home,
you got
right?
some single parents out there. I mean, essentially, all you need to be a student now is an internet connection and a laptop with a camera and a
So what is he
microphone.
doing over there at Fight Sports? I almost said
set up
Fight. What are they doing over
Yeah,
at Fight Back?
Sports. Fight Back over there. No, they like set the tables up where they're almost like desks, and they put like tape down so the kids have like their own section, so they're separated.
Yeah.
and then they put like a power strip across the table to keep the computers charged, and they just go ahead and monitor them as during the school and help them when they need it.
Yeah.
And yeah, because I mean, you got some single parents out there that have to work to make a living, and now their kids can't physically go to school.
All right.
And you know, they obviously watch them, feed them, and they do jiu-jitsu at the same time. So by the time the parent gets off of work, they're able to pick up their child
Wow.
and then have the rest of the day with them.
That's cool.
They're keeping
But-
life moving, man.
MJN, man, they've really got their stuff together. I mean, if anybody out there wants to see the video that we were talking about, just go on. I know that they said they were on their Facebook, but I know that I've looked at them on the JitzKing YouTube page. There's 3 different videos. They walk through the academy and they show you like the systems that they're using,
sparring.
like the
I saw
cleaning
sparring
solutions
video
on the wall and the stuff that they're using.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible. You know, again, look, I wish that, you know, more people would follow that lead, but they're really, you know, look, it's a tough time, and to spend that extra money on that kind of cleaning equipment and, you know, keeping the gym looking good, it's difficult. You know, as a matter of fact, though, when I spoke to Professor Marcel, before you always do like a little pre-interview,
right?
When I spoke to him, he had talked about like he actually has a lot of the students came back. Like you know, I think a lot of gyms that I wind up talking to talk about, yeah, the veterans haven't come back, but we have new students. I think all of their students came back. All of their students are back training right now.
That's great.
And then they've had new students come in. If I'm not mistaken, that's the way he laid it out. So, yeah, I mean, you know, credit to them. You know, credit to the staff.
That says something about the school too. They probably kept in touch with them.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, right.
They're like, hey, how's it going? Hey, I just want to show you what we got going on. You know?
Yeah, I mean, look, and when you again, if for anyone listening, go to the JitzKing website and look at the videos, you're going to understand why a parent's going to be a little bit more comfortable taking their kid back to a gym that clean. So we're gonna get Jacob on in just a minute. I do want to just kind of remind everybody. Really, let me start off by thanking everybody who donated to the GoFundMe.
Oh yeah.
We're still doing this deal with Flow and Roll, where if you donate $50, you're going to get an embroidered belt.
I had a question about that.
Do I owe you a belt?
No, you don't. I donated. I don't need a belt. I got enough white belts.
We'll wait till you get to blue. That's going to be my gift to you. I'll get you a blue.
Thank you.
But go ahead.
From Fight Back, he donated on the spot.
Yeah, man.
I did the
donated
math.
$1,500.
That's 50. I mean, what's he getting?
We're taking care of him.
I want to know.
Are we sending him 50 belts? No.
I wish. That'd be cool, right?
We Flow and Roll sending him some stuff. I put them together
because he donates gis and belts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So we'll absolutely take care of him. We've already told him like whatever you need, you let us know.
That was really sweet.
Wasn't. Yeah, he didn't want like, hey, send me 50
Repeat
belts.
Customer, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate what you're doing out there.
He's we put him together with Flow and Roll. I'm also sending him some stuff. I'm sending him a mug and some other like rash guards and stuff. He's kind of like right at the purple brown, like he might be going brown. So I think I feel like it's a little bit of like you don't want to tempt the fates. I don't want to send him brown belt stuff and he's still purple, but I'm gonna probably get it out to him soon.
That's cool.
But yeah, he should be making that transition.
Is that like a faux pas? Like, are you allowed to buy? Like, you're obviously not gonna quit, right? So would it be kind of weird if you bought yourself the belt you're gonna get eventually? Is that like a no-no?
Well, I'm going to tell you this. I bought a purple and a brown rash guard from Fight Back.
Yeah.
And I thought I was jinxing I was like, why are you
bad, right?
But he was doing like the pre-sale, so like
this might be an old reference to Babe Ruth. It's calling the home run.
Yeah,
before you do it,
and then I blew out my knee.
Yeah. Hey, okay, so don't buy
anything before you get there.
I don't even buy anything blue.
But we're still doing the you can get a mug, right? Yeah. You can see the mug on the table there, Bo, right? We got a shot of the mug.
It's the big one, right? If you donate $50.
What's that?
The bigger size.
No, that's for the podcast. This is specific to the
been drinking some big coffees lately.
Hold on, I lost our logos. That is specific to the podcast. The podcast mug has 2 different sizes.
Yeah.
The foundation just has this one with the black lining. Yeah, that's foundation specific. Yeah.
I'll do that.
So you can get a mug for every 50. You can get a mug or a belt. And, if you donate 100, you can get 2 items, and 150, and so on and so on. So we did it so that, listen, Flow and Roll came to us with the idea, so I thought it was really cool. So to be very, very clear, if you've donated before and you didn't get, so if you donated, $20, $5, whatever it is, I told everybody if they average it up, just got to shoot me a message so that I know, and then I'll get them out the items.
Retroactive rewarding.
Retroactive perk.
Wow.
Okay. You could donate at GoFundMe.com. Just search for Jiu Jitsu Dummies, or you can click the link in the description wherever you're watching us. Even on the podcast itself on Apple Podcasts or Google Play, if you go over to the description of the podcast, there's a link there. It will take you right over.
Your new nickname needs to be Saint Milton.
Oh, stop.
I'm serious, man. Just riding on the high road, giving out gifts.
We're going to shout out High Road BJJ and High Road Revolution in a little bit. That's an actual name of somebody that, he's also actually donated about $300 to the
that's cool.
to the GoFundMe as well. He's
Do you pay tolls on the high road?
Shut up, man.
I don't know. Is it like
David from High Road? Actually, that's the gym that Junior goes up to when he goes up to the Naval Academy.
Okay, Virginia.
So, yeah.
Okay, nice.
So
it's for lovers.
We're gonna get. You're an idiot. we're gonna shout him out in a little bit. So again, go to the GoFundMe. I see all of the donations come through. If you feel like I missed you, shoot me a message on any of our social media pages, nice. And we'll get you out your choice of the belt or the mug. So we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna have Jacob, the bull.
He did it. I can't wait. He just needs to get promoted, bro. Just fly through purple. Get
Jacob.
What if he creates an altar?
The Bull Brown will be on this screen when we get back, folks. So just bear with us a few minutes. Thank you, guys. Okay, welcome back, everybody.
Hey.
Woo! That's gonna feel. That was 10 minutes for us, but it's gonna feel like what? Like
instant.
3 seconds. Yeah,
everybody's a time traveler.
So we have. We got to get this right now because I keep on calling you the Brown Bull. It's Jacob the Bull Brown.
Jacob the Bull Brown.
And his father, Joe Brown. Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
How you guys doing? You guys still quarantined, or you guys are trying to get back to normal?
We're trying to get back to normal. We're moving around a little bit.
Yeah. You back?
Jacob's been training steady, so everything's looking good.
That's good.
How's training going, Jacob?
Very good. Yeah, I've been training hard. I've been doing 4 classes in the morning for coming up from competition.
Light days. So light days.
How many times a day do you? How many times a day do you train?
Did you say 4 times a day?
Well, 4 classes every day. Yeah.
Wow.
So 1 time a day, I just do 4 classes.
Living the dream, though. Wouldn't you like to do that?
I think we should. You need to be in this spot, man. You need to be talking about jiu-jitsu. I feel bad now. How many times did I train yesterday? 0.
Me? I don't know. I got a little one, man. So I got to stay ready at home. He comes at me with kung fu moves, jiu-jitsu, because he's training now too.
Yeah.
So,
okay. We'll talk about that a little bit next time. Yeah. So I still got the knee thing, so I haven't trained. I'm just kidding. I've been exercising, getting the knee back together. But so what's training looking like as far as, are you working on anything specific, Jacob, with the event coming? So let's just we've already kind of talked about it a little bit, but we've got the JitzKing event coming up on September 6th. It's going to be live on FloGrappling. Have you been on Flow before? I know you did the Substars event when we first met you. Have you been on Flow before?
Yeah, I did. That was Fight to Win. Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did the Fight to Win. Okay. All right. Yeah. So what changes in your training, if anything, when you got an event like this coming up? Or you're just always a beast?
Well, I always keep my training hard. So, like, if I got a big tournament coming up, I'll just train twice as hard for that. I'll start working out more. Just build up my stamina and strength, to get ready for a big tournament coming up like that. So, like, just more classes and keep it more intense every time I train.
I'm going to tell you, when I first heard you're going to be on the card, I said, rematch. I thought you were going to rematch with Julian. Now, I heard this from different places, so I know that Joe and I had talked about this a little bit, but I actually heard it from some other people, so it's public. So I'm going to say that I had found out after that match that Julian, shout out to Julian, he's a beast, he's a great competitor, but I think that he was hurt, he had some stitches in his head or something, and I'm not saying he used that as an excuse in any way, shape, or form, but that's why I thought rematch. Okay, he was hurt, maybe he asked for the rematch, and that's why you were coming out. But what do you know about that? Did you hear about that he was hurt?
Yeah, I think I heard about the stitches that was in the back of his head. I was aware of it. So I understood what he was going through, but yeah, I would totally understand, you know, how that works. And I'll be down for a rematch always, you know.
All right.
You know, fair and square.
Yeah. So that was, you know, and if for anyone that doesn't know, that was the Substars event in Miami. Jesus, it's been a while now. That's like last year already. Yeah. That's pre-COVID. Yeah. So I always, when I first even started talking about you before we ever had you on, because this is your second time on with us, the pace that you bring to a fight is, I've never seen anybody else like this. I mean, adult, I haven't seen an adult like that. I mean, you know, maybe there's very few. like a cyborg-esque where he doesn't let you breathe. Like he doesn't, you don't ever breathe, literally.
Like Tony Ferguson.
What brings that out of you? What in your training, you know, is this like, you know, sometimes people choose kind of their style. Is that just the way you've always been since you started training?
Yeah, ever since I started jiu-jitsu, since I was a kid, I just always kept the pace hard. I always kept it going. I always like gave people a show, you know, like everything that the people wanted to see is what I always did for, you know, the audience.
Okay.
So I always just kept the intense training. Like it's always been like that for me.
So when you've got something like this coming up, are you right now like, are you dieting? Are you on weight? Like, what does that look like? Because I know, you know, nobody likes to take a fight if they don't have to, where they got to cut 10, 15 pounds, especially at your age, and already you're a pretty trim guy. What's that like right now? Are you on track to make weight?
I'll be like a pound over or two, but I can easily cut down like a day or two. Like it's easy. I just stay on weight like that.
That's good.
But yeah, right now I'll be good.
So what's changed? Again, you're training 4 times a day, but is there anything that you do differently when you've got an event like this coming up?
No. I just keep it like that. Every time I have a big event coming up, I always keep the training intense. You know, it never stops. You know, unless, you know, I take a break here and there. But every time I get back to it, it's always on a hard pace.
Yeah, but let me say something, Mil. Training at ALJ is like doing a camp every day.
Yeah.
And ALJ has comp class every single day. Yeah. So all he got to do is just show up to comp class, and that's a camp right there for him.
Yeah, that's good. I just find, I mean, it's a pretty easy correlation to make is like successful competitors of any style of anything if they're competitors, if they do it all the time every day and they train the way they fight, then I mean that's really good for you because if you get out of that mode, then you're out of that mode. But if you're always training and you're always fighting you're always training for a fight, then I mean you're always ready.
So what's that like? What is downtime for you? When is there a time that you're taking off a week at a time or a couple of days, or is that just so unnatural?
Or active recovery?
Yeah,
you know,
Jacob, what does that look like for you?
No, like if I ever like take it easy on jiu-jitsu, like I don't take it easy, but like I get like a rest and a break. You know, I go to therapy, like cryotherapy, you know, or chiropractor. You know, it helps my body, and then I just get right back to it. You know. But like, I don't get like a major break where to the point it's too long, and then I got a condition. I'm always in condition for training, and I'm always ready to fight. You know. So
what's it like for you, Joe, when you go to these events, especially these big? You know, listen, FloGrappling for a jiu-jitsu practitioner is I don't want to say the pinnacle, but this is a big deal. This is a lot of exposure. Yeah. What's it like when you see him out there on the mat?
I feel like I'm gonna catch a heart attack.
You don't want that.
Yeah. You know what? To be honest with you, the feeling never goes away. When Jacob first started competing, even till now, I feel the same all the time. I get super nervous. My wife has to calm me down, so she takes some of the weight off. And yeah, man, it's just it never changes. It's always the same. You know, because that's the end game is we want him to always be victorious, but we know this is not a reality where you're going to win everything all the time. So the suspense of him winning is what gets the best of me. But I'm doing better with it, believe it or not.
Yeah, that's good.
Jacob, you look pretty calm when I've seen you get out on the mat. What's that mindset when you first step on the mat? You know, a lot of people say, like, you know, listen, I can't compare it to, I've competed very, very little, a handful of events. I do feel like everything goes away. I mean, I'm so focused on, you know, whether I'm not doing it on purpose, but like everything goes away and I'm totally focused on that competitor. What's it like for you when you step on the mat?
when I go on the mat, I like to keep myself calm. You know, I don't overthink it too much. I just say I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna keep the hard pace going. I'm gonna keep the aggressiveness, and I just keep my mind clear. You know, I don't think about anything to block me away from the fight.
Yeah.
You know, I just stay calm about it. You know, I'm just like that. That's how I've always been. You know, I'm confident in myself.
Do you have like I don't want you to like give us a step by step, you know, because it's yours, but like, do you have a strategy or a game plan or almost like a flow chart? Like if this works, then go ahead and go to this move. If that works, and you know, like a series or like a flow chart where if it goes this and that doesn't work or it ends up in this position, you already have like an alternative or multiple alternatives. So it's almost like a pyramid of series that are like tied together, or do you just, like you said, you just feel what's going on and just react?
Yeah, like I just react to anything that I see. So if I see it and I just do it, and then if I don't do it, I just go into another move, right?
Got
like
it.
I just react, and every time it comes, I always have something to do. You know, I never have time to think about it. I just get.
It's a reaction for you.
Going.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's really awesome.
I think that's kind of that invisible jiu-jitsu that we hear about, right? It's like you just kind of feel and your body goes, you know, there's some people that
the flow state.
Yeah, there's some people that would never coach, but they have that. They just can go and flow. But if you have to tell them to like break down their game and teach somebody, they're not really that good at that. They can't do it.
There's probably so many answers they can't explain it.
Yeah.
You know? I know some people when they describe a flow state, it's almost like it's instinctive. It's breathing. And then if you ask them to explain it, they're like, I don't know. I was just there and I could just see it. But
that's how I am.
Miguel's about to actually his last competition. He was going to do a new breed, right?
It
got canceled.
Not canceled. Rescheduled.
Rescheduled
twice.
Two times.
Yeah.
So he's about to. So we call him a senior white belt. He's a senior white belt, but he's got a background in wrestling. He's a veteran. So you know, he's pretty tough on the mat. What's your? Let's go back to when you first get on the mat, Jacob. Like, are you like into? Is it music in your ears? Is it complete silence? Do you want to be talking to people? Do you just want to shut the whole world out? What's that up until that second that you get on the mat? What are you doing?
Yeah, that's like all I really try to do is I just keep everybody out. Like I just have like this open space and all just for me. So I don't talk to no one. I just stay focused on myself. I don't listen to any music because I feel like, you know, once I take it off, I'm like, oh, nah, I feel weird about it. So I just keep everything clear. I block out the sound. I just keep I stay focused, you know. I just stay focused to what I had to do, and then I just get out. Yeah, it's like that.
And I have a question. Not being negative, but it's part of the game. How do you mentally handle a loss and come back from it?
I just think about it, you know, go back to training and train harder, you know, get better, and you know, for the next tournament, I just keep going. You know, I don't ever, you know, slow down the pace. You know, I don't ever give up. You know, something like that.
That's good. Does your dad shoot a video of your matches so that way you like even victories and everything? Do you rewatch your matches?
Yeah, I do rewatch them.
I've been hearing a lot that helps. Like if you could, even your training sessions, if like when you're sparring, if you could watch yourself spar, and then you go home, you watch just even at your own gym how you train.
Yeah, because I like to see the mistakes I make in the matches, and then once I see that, I focus on that, and then I focus on how to redo that.
I'm sure you also find stuff that you found like, oh, you did something that was good and you didn't even notice that you did that. And I'm sure you find good nuggets too. Like, wow, that really works. I find myself in this position a lot. What am I doing from there? Right?
Yeah.
So now, Joe, now you have another offspring. Your daughter is training now as well. What's that like? What is
safest man on the street?
So I'll start with Joe. What's that like? What's was that something that you motivated her to do, or was she motivated on her own?
You know what? We've been trying to get Chelsea into jiu-jitsu since forever time.
Okay. And how old is she? How old is she now?
She's 22.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
So what happened after? You know what? It happened after Substars actually. She saw the level in which she was competing in, and
she wanted some of that.
About it to me, yeah. I think that she wants a part of that, man. Yeah. And so you know what it is. Chelsea's a girl's girl. You know, she's makeup, hair, and nails. You know.
Yeah.
And so she's giving up the nails for the gi, and I'm telling you, man, we're so excited, and so. she started training at the 6 p.m. class with the white belts, and I think she's been in 3 months now, if I'm right. And so we moved her over. She does both now. So she trains at 6 p.m. and now she trains 2 morning classes with Jacob.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
great.
that's we call that the big boys tank, you know,
Oh, yeah.
on the other side of the ALJ. So so she's training with Professor Gina with Jacob,
Okay.
and she's in love. I don't think she's gonna stop. So you're gonna see a lot of we call her Princess Bull. To be honest with you, it's on her Instagram page.
Yeah. What's the full Instagram so people can check her
Princess
out?
Bull.
Princess
That's
Bull.
cool. That's cool.
All right, cool. So I actually had a question from one of our podcast patrons. This is from Britt Tover. She trains out of Sinister BJJ out in Austin, Texas. And she brought up your sister. She said, I saw that your sister started training with you at AOJ. What's it like training with family? Is there any healthy competition between the two of you?
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, having my sister train with me, it's good benefits for the both of us, because I like to teach her things that, to have her keep in jiu-jitsu, to keep her going, not for her to stop. So, I always teach her some stuff, and then if she ever needs help, I just go to her and I assist her in anything she needs, So when she goes to tournaments, she get ready to be prepared, for what she needed,
So what's your coaching style? Do you not tell, like, sometimes my coach would be like, I can't teach you to counter to that one, Milton. Not yet. Do you do that? Is there anything that
It's
you hold
just
back, or you're an open book?
The carrot on the stick.
Yeah.
No, I just teach her the stuff that's easier for her to learn, the basic stuff. So I don't want to teach her the most advanced stuff. It's going to be harder for her to work with it. So
Grasp the basics.
things that makes it more understandable that she can understand, to learn to get into her head first, and then I started going on to the advanced moves to go to her.
Is the whole family competitive? Just in terms of life, like I'm saying, like you guys race from the car to the door, like that kind of stuff. Because I mean, it sounds like you guys are all pretty hardcore.
It is.
Maybe words like this get thrown around in the family. Like, I bet you can't do that.
Everybody stays competitive.
Especially now, right? You quarantined for quite a bit. I mean, complete lockdown for a little bit. Right?
Oh yeah,
Caging anger.
going crazy.
Yeah. So what's your favorite move to teach, Jacob? Is there a favorite you got you got to work on this? Got to work on this, Chelsea.
I mean, I like teaching judo throws, because that's what I always go for first. I mean, because I always play top a lot. So when I'm on top, I like to go for the throw first. So I can teach drops an Nagar or, or something Gotti, something not too shabby, but something good enough. You know what I mean?
With Chelsea.
Oh, with Chelsea?
Yeah.
I teach I like to pass the top, passing the guard.
Mm-hmm.
So I was teaching something like that, teach you how to do a leg drag or what's that? I forgot the name, but I just like to teach her a lot of moves from the top, it's guard passing.
What is she excelling at? If you had to say, this is she finding her path and the style that she likes.
I think back taking, because I was watching them the other day, and she just kept working that back, right?
Yeah.
It must be crazy watching your kids fight each other. And not being upset about it, because when I have a son and a daughter, so it's man, they go at it sometimes.
So in the house, do you throw the chancleta? But in the studio, it's okay.
That's my wife.
Páralo. No.
She's the chancleta master. Yeah.
I just saw the funniest meme the other day. I forgot to send it to you. It was a chancleta that had all the stones from the Avengers. And it was the Thanos chancleta, and there was a picture of a little Hispanic kid, and he was pixelated away. Oh my God, I laughed.
Oh boy.
So, Jacob, you've been training now since you were how old? 5 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you just turned 17, or you're about to turn?
I'm 17 now.
You're 17 already.
That's awesome.
So for when you're talking to somebody like your sister, or you're talking to a new student, what's the single biggest impact that you feel jiu-jitsu has had on your life?
Biggest impact on me?
Yeah.
Man, it's just when I first started, I was just inspired by just looking at the sport, just inspired me to keep doing it more, you know what I mean? And you know how back in the day, I was bullied back in the day, back in school when I was a kid. So ever since that, I just told my parents, you know, I want to go into something that I can defend myself with. And then just right from that, I just like doing the sport. You know, I just stood in it, and they said, if you want to stay in it, you know, do it as a sport, you know, constantly. I said, yeah, I want to keep doing it. So I was inspired pretty much from that day, and I just kept it going, you know. Then ever since I got here, I just now took it professionally.
Okay.
That's awesome.
And Joe, what have you seen? And now you get to kind of start this journey over with your daughter training. When Jacob first started, what's the biggest change that you saw in him? And now with Chelsea, what are you seeing differently about how she carries herself or just her personality? Do you see anything different?
Jacob had developed extraordinary leadership skill and discipline. That's right off the bat. I couldn't imagine his life so stable as an individual. I think that jiu-jitsu gave him that platform. For starting again with Chelsea is exciting for me because it's a little different. Jacob being 5 and 6 years old, it's like, you know, he's just gonna do what we ask of him, right? And Chelsea being 22, I find that she's just as easy as when Jacob first started for me and my wife. So, and you know what it is, that she's seen what I've done with Jacob, so she believes in my advice. She's taken it, she's trusted, and she knows I'm my support. She believes in it.
Okay.
So, and I feel that I don't know. Chelsea would be a lot wilder, I think, without jiu-jitsu. So I think she's gonna, you know, girls, you know, they love to party, they like being wild, and I think that training with Jacob is gonna give her the same thing it gave to Jacob, you know.
I tell people all the time, and I actually, when I spoke to our previous guest, Professor Marcel, when I spoke to him yesterday, I always do like a pre-interview if it's the first time we're going to have somebody on the show, and I told him we were just talking about students and people that were coming in for classes, new students. I said, you either love jiu-jitsu or you hate jiu-jitsu. There's not a lot of in between. You don't even the guys that come in. Yeah, you don't just come because it's gonna show up on the mat. You're just not gonna be able to hold your own. So I tell people, you either love it or you hate it. You either get addicted. Everybody I know in our gym, everyone's an addict. There are no, like you said, there are no casual users of jiu-jitsu. No. You know, so it sounds like she's gone to that addicted side. Yeah, because she's confessed to us that, you know, guys, you train. Jiu-jitsu is not easy, man. And I think it's for the selected few. So she's openly confessed that she thought about maybe I shouldn't be doing this. And then she said, no, I can't walk away from it. Yeah. She said it's too much fun. Yeah. So now I know that she's in.
It is a ton of fun.
Yeah, man. I mean, just as, you know, again, I haven't trained since March, so I'm like,
but you're still in.
Yeah, but you know, I'm working on the knee. I'm trying to get back in by, you know, right after Labor Day.
Hope I
but
never get in.
Yeah, it's going to happen to everybody at some point. You know, that they're going to have to spend a little time off the mat. But it's very difficult. Luckily, in my day job, I have been focusing on working with martial arts studios and jiu-jitsu academies. So, and then the podcast. So I get to talk about it a lot. I just haven't been able to train. Yeah, so I get that fix in talking to people that love it just as much as I do. Because my wife could care less about jiu-jitsu. My daughter could care less about jiu-jitsu. One time, I probably said this on the podcast before. One time I left the house with a jiu-jitsu hat, a jiu-jitsu shirt. I've got the, you know, jiu-jitsu tat on the forearm. Yeah. And she says, you know what? She's like, enough already. She's like, you look like jiu-jitsu threw up on you. And I was like, thank you, baby.
Yeah,
I love you so much.
That's a compliment.
I love you, baby. Thank you. I mean, I definitely, I was addicted from the beginning, 6 days a week. Immediately, that was my life.
Until I started, I never knew that there was like a jiu-jitsu world. Like, I mean, I've known about jiu-jitsu forever, but I've never worn like jiu-jitsu apparel and stuff like that. Now I kind of do. Yeah. And, because I don't want to be a poser, you know.
Be the guy with the tap out shirt.
Notice, exactly. So that sweater that I got from before I was like a guest or anything like that, when I won the first one, and I got the Heineken sweater. So I wore that to go play poker, and some dude from ATT sat down next to me, It's like the first question everybody asks. Hey, what belt are you?
Yeah.
You know, it was so weird. I've had that happen so many times. Whereas, like, you know, if you wear like a I don't know, an Indy 500 shirt or something, like nobody's gonna be like, "Who's your favorite driver?"
Yeah.
I guess. Like you don't get that a lot, or maybe you do. I don't know.
It's a small community, so when you run into somebody that does jiu-jitsu, you kind of know.
It's funny.
I see those memes like that. You know, you see the head nod, right? The New York head nod with the guy across the way. He's good. Does you know? You give
Is
him
that
a
like
little,
the first question you get when somebody sees that?
my wife says people are scared to come up to me.
Oh, yeah?
I don't. That's what she says. She says I look like I want to fight everybody.
Dang,
just because I'm just straight face. I'm not always smiling like this.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I'm not always this warm and cuddly.
Just out there serious.
They accuse you of having an aggressive look, huh?
You know, listen, well, Joe, you know, being from New York, you know, you gotta kind of you want to make sure people don't. I said I just was always like that. It was just like, listen, I'm warm and I really am warm and cuddly. Mm-hmm. I just, you know, if I'm walking down the street, I grew up in the suburbs, so, you know, but even when I went somewhere, it was like just straight face so that nobody bothers me. Nobody's asking me for directions.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's, you know, they're like, well, maybe let's wait for the next guy to mess with.
Yeah.
They cross the street.
Yeah.
So, and I just have, you know, I'm I guess fairly large dude, mostly in the stomach these days. But you know, but I just it's just a thing. Again, Joe, you know,
Don't
it's just
worry.
being from New York. You know, it's just an attitude. It's not. I'm not doing it because you know I want to beat everybody up. It's just that demeanor. But
unless you're in the gym, then you do.
So you had to walk around straight faced. Yeah, it's not. You know,
yeah,
he wasn't probably gonna have a good day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacob, any new sponsors? Anybody we want to shout out?
I want to thank my chiropractic sponsor, Cryo Therapy. I'm a massage therapist. I want to thank and so many sponsors. I want to thank Moira Brand too. You know, they help a lot with everything. So
I have a percentage.
Hello, Chelsea. We were talking about you. If you didn't hear us, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I hear that you are our latest victim to jiu-jitsu. Huh? You're a new addict. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. Welcome to our world.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
How are you finding it? What do you love? What do you love the most about jiu-jitsu right now? Put you on the spot.
You got it.
So this is so you have the answer ready for next time if you do an interview, you just say, I love that it's brought me closer to my dad and my brother.
There you go.
What's it like training with Jacob? Does he take it easy on you or does he go hard?
He's just both. He does easy or hard.
Yeah. So okay, with Chelsea here, we're going to ask this. We had this. This question was submitted for the last group. This was by one of the moms, the students' mothers. But I thought this was great. I'm going to add this to our questions that we had at the end of the episode.
Okay, yeah.
If you were, I'll give it to Jacob first. If you were going to bottle your awesomeness, what would it taste like? That was an excellent question. I love that question. I love it. I love this question.
It would taste powerful, strong, speediness, aggressiveness, and very
so Red Bull.
very,
He's talking about Tabasco sauce.
Yeah,
he just described Tabasco
hot sauce with Red Bull in it.
What would you?
They give you that exploding feeling.
Yeah.
You just want to explode.
So pre-workout.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, listen, I know that we got you on late, but we do got to kind of cut it short. We're going a little bit long with our equipment here, so we're going to run. But listen, we're going to have you guys on again after this event. We'll talk again. We'll sit down about what else is coming. Chelsea will be a little further along in her journey, and we'll have her on. She'll represent all the white belts out there.
Nice.
But listen, excuse me, I appreciate you guys waiting around. I know that we were a little late, but thank you so much. Listen, good luck on the 6th.
Thank you.
I told the other guys I'm not going to be up at this one,
Safe
but
travels.
I'll probably be at the next event. I think is November.
Is it open to the public?
So I think it's the 50 spectator rules.
Okay.
So I don't think there could be a lot of people there. I think they would let us in, but I'm
I'll
not going to see this one. But if you guys come down to South Florida, I think Joe, you and I talked that you're going to be coming from Miami. Maybe we can catch up and get a meal, buy you guys some lunch. Okay.
Yeah, we'll be up there.
Good luck,
Sure.
Jacob. Thank you so much again for waiting around for us, but we'll talk to you guys again soon, man.
Thank you so much.
Bye, Chelsea. Nice meeting you.
Bye.
Take care, guys.
Good day, guys.
Damn, the
All right, man.
like that. That was awesome.
All right, how much time do we have, Bo? We only got a few minutes. We got to get through some housekeeping.
We have about 8 minutes left.
8 minutes. All
Dale,
right.
dale.
All right, so I'm going to do the speed round. This is the I call this the housekeeping. All right, so let's see. What do we got? Why am I pushing the mic away? All right. All right, so let's start with We Defy. Thank you to We Defy Foundation for all their support, all they do for veterans and the jiu-jitsu community. For those of you who don't know, they provide therapeutic relief to disabled combat veterans through jiu-jitsu. You can check them out at We Defy Foundation on Instagram, and you can donate anytime at wedefyfoundation.org. Shout out to Fightback CBD. Use code JJD for 15% off your order at fightbackcbd.com. We also have War Bar. We have the two. You want to grab, what's the second one? I forgot the name of the second one. We have the Forerunner, and that one's Chaos, right? Yes,
yeah.
Chaos.
How do you forget Chaos?
So, yeah, right? So you can get 25% off your order.
Oh, that smells
Remember,
good.
it's hygiene. It's their hygiene products. If you go to warbarsoap.com, it's going to take you to Power X Core's website and their hygiene page. Okay? So, again, 25% off with code JJD. Plus, they're giving us...
25%.
the two bars per episode, right? So 2 people who submitted questions today are going to get, they're going to each get a bar of soap, and then 2 other winners will get the CBD.
Nice.
All right?
It's a win-win situation.
We've increased our podcast store percentage discount to 15%, so you can check out our podcast store at jujitsudummies.shop. Again, 15% off, same code JJD. We've been adding some new shirts. We've got some new designers, so we've got some new shirts. We've got our ranked rash guards, which got some stuff for you while I'm reading this off. This is yours. That's a ranked rash guard for you.
Thank you,
Bo. This is a fish. This is considered a white belt for you. Catch, Bo. This is a what camera are we on?
It's khaki
This is
green.
really I did these special for our guys.
That's
right
all
here.
I need.
There you go.
Khaki green,
That's
I
dope.
like it.
This is a large if it'll fit you for Fightback.
Large is
from
to fit.
Fightback. And Bo, this
All
one's for
right.
you, right? You're a medium, right, Bo? So we got lots of cool gear.
Yes.
We got lots of cool gear from Fightback.
Where's the essential grappler shirt?
That's your bottle of CBD, that white one there. Oh, that's yours, Bo. All right. That's your essential grappler hat.
That's awesome.
We didn't get to talk about this. Bring this back. Check this ball out. This came in the BJJ box.
Yeah.
So check that out. It's supposed to be for like working your wrist strength. Check it out. We're going to talk. We don't have time to talk
All
about
right.
it today. We'll check that out.
Can I test it out?
Bo, we also we don't have enough time.
All right.
Bo, I've got a gator for you, a neck gator. All right. So those are all my gifts. Did I have anything else? I gave you some of the nootropics and stuff that we had that we gotten from the BJJ box as well. Okay. So sorry to go so fast, everybody. That's probably like shit like rolling through the screen right now. Okay. So we're also brought to you by JJD Podcast Consulting. That's me and the crew. We'll give you advice on your podcast. Most of the time I'm giving you free advice, but we're doing some other things too where you can get some time with me, with Bo. We're going to do some graphic stuff now. We're going to share in our designers so you can be able to use our system to create logos, print work, social media postings. We're going to be able to, you'll have an opportunity to do it all. All right. Okay, so anyone out there that wants to work with us, sponsor the show, donate product, you can go to the website or shoot us a message at Jiu Jitsu Dummies on Instagram, on Twitter, on Reddit. We're everywhere. That's cool. But if you go to the website, go to the contact page, you could shoot us a message, or info@jujitsudummies.com works as well. Big shout out to Sean and Flow and Roll. Hats off to this guy. Sean is amazing. He works really hard, and he's given us a lot of help.
Nice.
Check them out at flow_n_roll on Instagram. You can get jiu-jitsu tees, no gi gear, right? Rash guards, shorts.
A lot of stuff.
At flowandroll.com. You can get 20% off on your online order with code JJD. Now, their big thing, though, is custom work, right?
Right.
He showed me what he sends out when he's doing like a gym's custom work. I mean, he goes, just in his presentation on what he's going to show you and how he'll lay out your no-gi stuff and the patches on the gi, what he shows you before you even have to make a purchase is just ridiculous. I mean, so check him out. Shoot him a message. Let him know that you want to get a quote on your gym's, buying in bulk on your gym's gear. He's amazing. He's going to take care of you. Let him know, please. Let him know that you heard about him on the Jiu Jitsu Dummies podcast. If you like to support the show, okay, we've got the GoFundMe that's helping with, that's mainly for the foundation.
Right.
But you can visit our Patreon, patreon.com/Jiu Jitsu Dummies. You can join and automatically be entered to win 2 drawings every single month, right? So we'd have 2 $100 drawings, which we've got somebody new that's going to be doing something with us as well. So you can win $100 in Jiu-Jitsu swag. It's usually a gi from Flow and Roll, or it is a $100 gift card to the podcast store. So it's usually one of those. But High Road BJJ, logo's over your shoulder right now. High Road BJJ, High Road Revolution. He's going to do one of the giveaways. We got to talk about what it's going to be, but he's going to give away a $100 package to a Patreon winner. All right,
that's High Road stuff right there.
You keep on messing me with High Road. There is actually a High Road Jiu-Jitsu.
It couldn't be more perfect.
This is High Road is the place that Junior goes up to visit when he goes up into the Virginia area. When he goes up to, what is it? Is it Quantico? When he goes up to the naval base. The naval base. I'm sorry, naval base. Right. So again, patreon.com/Jiu Jitsu Dummies. Shout out to our current patrons. Robert Walker, that's Bridger's dad, our first scholarship winner.
Right.
Frank House, Liam Berg, Wolsey Rivera, Boa Athletics. You can check them out. Their IG at BOA_athletics. Shout out to Michael Pixley Jr., Jason Smiley, Eric Perkins, Britt Tover. Thank you for the question today. James Fisher, thank you for all the involvement online. Thank you for all you do. Putting our logo out there on your videos. Appreciate it. CJ Carroll, Mission 22. Chuck Reddoor, and a special shout out to Roberto Santiago. Excuse me, hold on. Special shout out to Roberto Santiago. He not only donated recently to the GoFundMe, which we appreciate. He is just also someone who's always interacting with us online, and we really appreciate it. He trains actually Wing Chun Kung Fu at John Way Martial Arts in Plantation, and he also goes to another gym and does his jiu-jitsu training at the Carlson Gracie Broward County in North Lauderdale.
Wow, man!
Right, so and he's my age, and he's getting it in, and he's really working the martial arts training. Again, shout out to David over at High Road BJJ. You can check him out at High Road BJJ on Instagram or at High Road Revolution on Instagram. Again, they're going to be helping us out with our Patreon package. Check out our Instagram and help us out with Amazon Smile. If you're somebody who orders on Amazon, you can actually just change a setting. It doesn't change anything about your Amazon experience, but it'll actually donate a portion of your purchase price.
I changed mine over. It was super easy.
Yeah. To donate to us. You can catch me at Uncle Milty BJJ on IG and
MLJ Rico.
All right. And then you're going to get us, if you want to check out the foundation, it's at the JJD Foundation and at the JJ Dummies FDN on Twitter. Whew! Got it all in. What, I got a minute left, Bo?
Thank you, guys.
Right? We're good? Listen, thank you to Bo. He's always amazing.
Big man.
Say hi, Bo. Hi, Bo.
Hey, Bo.
All right, guys, take care. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you on episode 27 in a couple of weeks.
It's coming.
All right, guys. Take care, man. Oos.
Bye.